Hello and welcome to Celtic Roots Radio, coming to you today from Belfast, Northern Ireland. Celtic, folk rock, Appalachian, bluegrass, Scottish, Irish, Breton, Cajun. If it's Celtic or roots music you like, you'll find it here on Celtic Roots Radio.
She was a pirate ship, left alone at sea, swore they would never see their home again. She was a pirate ship, brave the foreign shore, came on to rather down and think no more. Here we go. In 1856, she set upon the sea with the King's own seal, the pride of the Navy, fierce and loyal to the King and their home. And it took the sail and they set up o'er the horn. She was a pirate ship, left alone at sea, swore they would never see their home again. She was a pirate ship, braved the foreign shores, came on to Growler, now must think no more. 'Twas 2 years later, tired and beaten down, only half slay the scurvy and the place run aground. The captain was dead, birds mate too, seen that all the children now made the crew. She was a pirate ship, left alone at sea, swore they would never see their home again. She was a pirate ship, braved the foreign shore, came on to Growler, now they'll think no more. O'Malley was the eldest, at 19 years, anyway must be strong, they must overcome their fear. It's all and bold from the King's old flag, it was their only hope in the savage little land. She was a pirate ship, left alone at sea, swore they would never see their home again. She was a pirate ship, braved the foreign shore, came on to Growler, now they'll think no more. Here we go! She was a pirate ship, left alone at sea, swore they would never see their home again. She was a pirate ship, braved the foreign shore, came on to Growler, now they'll take no more. For 27 years she struck along the coast, could not be defeated, some thought she was a ghost. When the fears of her past, she raised up from the deep and ran to the bottom of the stormy sea. She was a pirate ship, left alone at sea, swore they would never see their home again. She was a pirate ship, braved the foreign shore, came on to Growler, now they'll think no more. She was a pirate ship, left alone at sea, swore they would never see their home again. She was a pirate ship, braved the foreign shore, came on to Growler, now they'll think no more. Yeah, now they'll think no more. Well, now they'll think no more.
What about yous? Are you celebrating away there? Welcome to the Celtic Roots Radio Show. I'm Raymond McCullough in Belfast, with an hour dose of great new Celtic songs and tunes, plus a wee help and a crack too from myself. We have a great show for St. Patrick's Day today. We started the show off the way we mean to go on, with Parrot Ship from Newfoundland, Canada band Siochana. We're now getting more than 9,000 downloads of this show in more than 100 countries around the world. And our show this week is once again sponsored by 2 Irish books from Precious Oil Publications, both currently top rated under Ireland on Amazon. And as a St. Patrick's Day special, we're offering both books free on Kindle, only on the 15th and 16th of March. The first book is A Wee Taste of Crack by myself, Raymond McCullough, based on 24 earlier episodes of this show. And the second is The Shanachie, Tales of Old Seamus, by Jerry McCullough, a collection of humorous Irish short stories set in Donegal and featuring the yarns and escapades of that lovable rogue, Seamus. You can buy the paperback editions from Amazon stores worldwide, or get the Kindle edition for less than a fancy cup of coffee. Or if you're really quick, you can still download both books for free. More info on our website, CelticRootsRadio.com. Check out our Celtic Roots Cafe community, where you'll find information about our artists and bands, music videos, photos, forum posts and a blog. Just click the cafe button on our main website, CelticRootsRadio.com. And if you like the crack on our shows, you can read it again at your leisure on our Celtic Roots Crack blog. Find it on the podcast page at CelticRootsRadio.com. And now you can also read it on Mark Gunn's Celtic Music magazine. And as you're still commenting on the show, Shalom Stir from Austin, Texas, USA, contacted us on Facebook. Just found you out. Great music and great podcast patter. Cheers from Austin, Texas. And Kiari Ahul gave the show a 5-star review on iTunes USA entitled Love It. Love Celtic Roots Radio. From the music to the crack, this is a great podcast for lovers of all things Irish. You make me miss my homeland a little less every time I listen. Thanks. Well, thanks, Shalom. Or should I say, Toda Rabbah, Shalom. And Kiari, thanks. That's a lovely comment to make. And I hope that also applies to lots of Irish people out there today. Please keep in touch with us through email, Facebook message, Twitter, or our cafe site. We've over 60 ratings on the US iTunes store, with lots of reviews there and in several other countries. But we always appreciate a new review of the show. Drop us a wee email to let us know in case we miss it. While you're on iTunes, just enter Raymond McCullough into the search box to find all of our other podcasts. And remember, in between our podcast shows, you can listen to Celtic Roots Radio all day long, complete with all the crack from the south, on our 24/7 Live 365 station. About 100 people a day now are listening in about 40 countries, and you'll find that link on our website too. And we're listening to a jig called Skylarks from Kenneth and Angus MacKenzie in Nova Scotia, Canada. was a nice bouncy wee song from Laurel Wiley, from California, USA, and Falling Off Your World. Well, it's the time of year for a wee bit of celebrating of all things Irish. I've had a very busy week, so I'm just getting to record this show at the last minute. We've covered a fair bit of history and culture in the last couple of shows, so maybe I should vary the theme a bit today. It often occurs to me how incomprehensible our way of talking must sound to most outsiders. Maybe if you have some Irish background, then at least some phrases might be familiar to you. For instance, a week ago a friend mentioned having had some Swedish people over visiting when his wife came out with, "Throw your eye along out there and see if it's straight." Apparently the Swedes looked at one another with no idea of what she was saying. To be honest, I find it fairly amazing that strangers can understand us at all. It's not as if we're being deliberately difficult. In fact, most Irishmen probably have a built-in need to communicate, to want you to understand them. They will be likely to phrase it, "Do you understand me now?" which probably doesn't help. Take, "Would you hold your wisht," for example, literally meaning hold your breath, or "Would you be quiet?" Now, you could possibly have known that one from the song "There Was an Old Woman from Wexford Town." If you're behaving like a bit of an Egypt now, somebody might tell you to have a wee tit or a wit now. And if that doesn't do it, you might be told to catch herself on. If somebody asks you, "How's she cuttin' now, boys?" would you understand them? Maybe you would have to said, "How yous doing there, lads?" The answers could possibly be a mite hard to grasp too. "Och, I'm bravely like," or "I'm doing rightly, so I'm." More than likely would answer, "Och, I'm dead on, you know." If you were referring to somebody who'd recently been ill, you might be heard to say, "Och, he's powerful failed altogether, so he is." If you were talking about yourself and you'd been badly, you might say, "I'm as weak as water, so I'm not worth tuppence at the moment," or "I'm not worth 3 halfpence," which is even worse, obviously. If you were short of a bob or two, especially if somebody's asking you to sub them, to lend them a pound or two, you might say, "Listen, I haven't 3 halfpence myself to rub together, so I haven't." This is the Magees from Wisconsin, USA, with 2 tunes called "My Mind Will Never Be Easy" and "Timmy Collins."
Dusty road, it can't take me where I'm going. Don't have a dime to bear the load, just time that ain't worth spending. I look around at shattered pieces on the ground. I see of sleepless nights, these cold stars keep on looking down. I keep the faith as I watch this world go round, for this the ancients were commended. But it's hard with these broken wings. I'll fly from this place of dust and ash and sky. I'll be there at the edge of dawn, but for now the road goes on and on. If I die before I wake, I know the Lord my soul will take. I'll go there on the wings of song, but for now the road goes on and on. With these broken wings and fly from this place of dust and ash and sky. I'll be there at the edge of the dawn, but for now the road goes on and on and on.
That was the Doll Sisters from Alberta, Canada, and a great song called The Road. A great deal of our time is spent in having a wee bit of crack. It's a way of putting your day in, isn't it? If you're later home than expected from the pub or some other event, you can always report, actually the crack was grand, or even, a crack was 90, so it was. If it was crowded, you would say, one place was hiving the night, or it was packed to the gills. If you're raring to go, it means you're anxious to be off somewhere. And if a woman is dressed up to go out for the night, she might be all dolled up to the nines. On the other hand, someone who never makes any effort to tidy themselves up could be described as through other as they come, or as rough as purty oaten, which is actually a mixture of potatoes and oatmeal. If he's rude as well, he might be described as an ignorant sort of a gaunch, and if he's mean with his money, he wouldn't give you daylight, so he wouldn't, or that fella wouldn't give you the time of day. If someone is a bit greedy, or an awkward person to deal with, you might say, I'd rather have that buddy a week as a fortnight. If he's a big fella, you could say, if he was chocolate, he'd be some eating. Many years ago, I spent a few weeks doing some building work on a friend's farm near Belfast. Every day his mother would feed you up to the gills with spuds and stuff at lunchtime. Then when you went back to work, the dad would come over to see how you were getting on, and he'd say the same thing every time. You know, a full sack doesn't bend. If you're listening to a conversation that you know is in the Irish language, which you don't understand, you could always say, Ní higgum, I don't understand. If it's in English, but you genuinely can't follow what they're saying, you could say, I have no idea what you're blathering on about. If you want to be a little bit more forceful, not to mention risky, you could say, are you talking to me or chewing a brick? Not that I'd recommend that one, you understand. And we're listening to Sarah Burnell from Ontario, Canada, and a tune called Niel Lament.
went a-walking down by the hill town. The lovely fresh mountains, they did me surround. I spied a pretty fair maid, to me she looked grand. She was gathering wildflowers on the banks of the Bann. I stepped up to her and decided, say, since nature has formed us to meet in this way, since nature has formed us, then here is my hand, and we'll walk together on the banks of the Bann. Then into a corner where the change took place, I knew by the flush that appeared on her face. Her feet, they fell from her on the soft bed of sand, and she fell into my arms on the banks of the Bann. Now, young man, you have wronged me, come tell me your name, so when my babe is born, I may give it the same. My name is Willie Archer, and you must understand, and my home and habitation lies close to the Bann. But I cannot marry you, for I'm apprentice bound at the spinning and the weaving in Rathfriland town. But when my term is ended, then here is my hand, and we'll get married on the banks of the Bann. So come all you pretty fair maids, take a warning by me. Don't go out a curtain by 1, 2 or 3. Don't go out a curtain by 3, 2 or 1, or you'll meet with Willie Archer on the banks of the Bann.
That was Marianne Green from right here in Northern Ireland with a beautiful song called The Banks of the Bann. I'll leave you now with a lovely pipe tune from Alaskan band Fire on McGinnis. This is Seaforth Lullaby. See you all soon now. Slant.
Well, that's all we have time for in this show. Remember, you can find out more information about the artists and songs played on the show on our website at CelticRootsRadio.com. And if you're an independent artist and you'd like to hear your music played on this show, again, you'll find details on our website. That's CelticRootsRadio.com. Tune in again next week to Celtic Roots Radio. I'm Raymond McCullough, coming to you from Ireland. Slán agus Banna Dia.